Hey guys, Thinking here, bringing you a Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be taking a look at this STR Super Saiyan Goku that got his sub EZA today. You need to farm the medals from the Full Power Frieza EZA event, which of course is up for the Super EZA for Frieza. You don't have to replay the stages and get a bunch of the medals again, and then you can awaken this guy. His art's pretty cool, the sticker effect's decent. Obviously, he didn't have one before, not being a Dokkan Fest, but now that he has an EZA, you can throw one on there. Of course, we have him for level 10 links. I don't have skill orbs or anything set on him. His original build, 12 additional, 11 crit, 3 dodge. I think that probably is still decent for him. But we'll go through that as we go through his details. So his super attack post EZA massively raises his attack for 1 turn. Does supreme damage to the enemy. Then he gets key 3, attack and defense 200%. He survives KO attacks once within a turn. If HP is 59% or less when receiving an attack, he gets an additional 200% attack and defense and attacks effective against all types for the rest of the battle. And then if HP is 20% or less when he receives an attack, he gets guaranteed dodge for that turn, and then gets an additional attack and defense 100% and a guaranteed additional super starting from that turn. And obviously that procs the previous one if that hadn't activated as well. So he'd be getting 300% attack and defense, attacks effective against all types, and a guaranteed additional super. He also recovers 59% HP if HP is 20% or less at the end of the turn once only. Now, the thing about this guy, which is interesting, is that he is a unit that previously, like I talked about in the video yesterday when we went over these units coming out, that survive KO attacks in the past has always been like a kind of useless mechanic, because a lot of the time when you get, you know, hit with this big attack and you survive, it puts you on 1 HP. And then if there's any other attacks for the rest of the turn, unless your units get dodges, you're just dead, because outside of negating or countering like a super attack, you can't take 0 damage. You always take double-digit damage. So that's what would happen in the past, is these units like this guy pre-EZA would survive a KO attack and then just get hit again for double-digit damage and die. And so it's interesting that they've put into his kit that he will then survive, right? Because if he receives an attack, drops to 1 HP, and then receives another attack, then obviously he will then be having guaranteed dodge because he's under 20%, you're under 20% HP. The problem is, if you have him in slot 2 or 1, then anyone else on the rest of the rotation is then going to get hit for double digits and get killed. So the only way I can see this guy being like really effective on some of these teams is as like a 3rd slot floating unit. And of course, you know, here we're doing a showcase, so we want to keep him like on rotation and see how we get on. I specifically brought like the God Gokus just because, you know, we have the off chance that we don't dodge some normals and maybe take some damage, although of course we run the risk by doing that we do take some supers. I'm going to try not to heal too much, because this is the thing I feel like with this guy, you are going to be sort of playing this dangerous game of like we want to drop below a certain amount of HP so that we can get that those buffs. Because I mean, we saw from that first turn, like his original attack stat, just like straight off the bat, turn 1 is incredibly low. And with an attack and defense of like that kind of level, you just wouldn't run him if that was his like every turn performance. So he needs to get this buff in order to really, I think, have any value whatsoever, because he jumps up from doing almost nothing to not only getting the bunch of extra stats, but then effective against all types and a guaranteed additional super. And when he's massively raising attack as his super attack effect, that's obviously very, very good as well. So he certainly does have interesting potential, but you just have to get that turn. And obviously the problem we're going to find here is that I'm trying not to heal too much, but yeah, unfortunately I didn't realise we've got so many units on the team that can stun, and that this Gohan can actually be stunned. But I do like this stage for showcases, I said in the Frieza video too, because obviously we can just start targeting Goku in the next phase and have like infinite time to showcase this guy and potentially drop to those HP thresholds. But I mean, yeah, him dropping like a 3 million attack stat, like that is terrible. Like, we'd be expecting 55% like normal units to be doing that now. So Rainbow Link level 10 EZA character 3 million attack. On a team, this is obviously, he gets a 200% lead from God Goku. I threw together like some units that should hopefully go together relatively well, but also aren't like a whole team full of the best units in the game, because then I feel like this Goku, like if we're not taking any damage, like ever, then obviously we're not going to be able to drop below a certain amount of HP to get these buffs for Super Saiyan Goku, right? So let's do this and then do this. So yeah, we should finish him off here, and then we can go on to the first part of the second phase where it's just Gohan. But then once you hit him with a couple of supers, fills the bar, and then it will be him and Goku. Okay, I completely had just forgotten that like this first phase can be stunned, which does make this a lot easier. I mean, the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan fight's not particularly hard anyway, but it does offer that great opportunity with the invincible Goku, because he just dodges everything. And then even if he doesn't dodge, like if you have attacks guaranteed to hit or you get the Dokkan attack, he takes like double-digit damage. So gives us a good opportunity to try and get a bunch of, not only for characters that are stacking to try and get like attacks off, but obviously here it gives us the opportunity to try and like actually be taking some damage. See, because this is the kind of situation where like this Goku could be really good if we actually get like hit in slot 3. Like if I was to do this, right, and float him off, which is not normally what I would do for a showcase, but you know, we kind of want him to get, we want this passive unlocked, so I think I'm gonna give it a try here. Do this, because his defense after he attacks is not going to be that great anyway, so even if God Goku dodges everything in slot 1, this guy, like, he's not even going to be tanking normals particularly well, I don't think, against this Gohan. I mean, this Gohan, like I say, not super tough, but hopefully he will take some damage from this guy, enough to proc his like full passive. Then we get the 59% heal as well if we do drop below the 20%, which is nice. It's one of the things I said in the past about like survive KO mechanics and how they could have made them better, is have the unit survive a KO attack and then instantly recover a certain amount of HP, so you don't have that issue of then you get hit for double digits and get killed. But see what Goku's going to take here. Yeah, see, he dropped to 1 HP. Now he gets guaranteed dodge. Dodge the super, let's go. And then 59% heal. There we go. So now, even though we had to float him off, so now we have to wait a couple of turns for him to come back. But now he has his full passive active. So, I mean, like I said at the beginning, I feel like, honestly, his best role on a team is going to be as like... Oh, no. I thought I had put God Goku in slot 1. Fortunately, there's a lot of STR orbs. Yeah, his best role on the team is probably going to be as a slot 3 floating unit if he is someone you want to add into your team build. So those kind of situations obviously are perfect for him, where there was a bunch of attacks right at the end, 300 odd K from a single normal attack. Like if he didn't have the survive KO mechanic, that he probably would have just instantly died in slot 3 there to 1 normal from the Gohan. But obviously we're able to get our full passive active. So yeah, these guys obviously Angel, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, super strong defensively. Get the 6 orbs for the God Goku, so he's got the guard and of course gets the guaranteed additional super, which means extra stacking. Gets the dodge anyway. And then World Tournament, High School Gohan. They didn't go as crazy with his easy A as they could have, but he's still a relatively decent support unit. I think we'll probably... I might go ahead and actually just throw this out now. Can I get 6 orbs? Oh god, getting 6 orbs for God Goku is going to be a pain here. And by a pain, I mean impossible. Oh god, yeah, the orbs are awful on this turn. Jeesh. Okay, so I guess we'll just do... am I even going to be able to get 3 orbs for him? Probably not at this rate. Yikes. Alright, well, we'll do that. Watch us now die before we even get a chance to actually see Goku back on the rotation. Because I want to see what his start of turn stats and everything are now that he has the 300% buff. But yeah, hopefully we get a better orb change with like the God Goku on the next turn or something. Because definitely need to be healing a bit here. Double super from Dragon Fist Goku. I still think Dragon Fist Goku is a pretty solid unit. Second super, 18 million. 70% chance to dodge. Pretty good. And then, yeah, God Goku's not getting attacked in slot 3, so that's fine. Alright, so, what have we got from this guy? So bear in mind, of course, now he still has the survive KO mechanics. He's at 661k start of turn now. But bear in mind, like, he doesn't get any defense on super. So, and now that we've gotten that dodge thing, he can't do that again, right? So now that his passive is fully maxed out and we've got the heal, he now doesn't do anything else other than, like, what he's going to do during the turn, right? So, I kind of want to, I really want to get enough orbs for a decent heal here, but I'm not going to be able to get orbs for God Goku unless I do this. And then we still only get 5 anyway. Nice. Alright, well. Super Saiyan 3 Goku should hopefully be okay. Oof, never mind. Negate this? He did not negate this. Okay, so this time around, I put Goku in slot 1 on turn 1 in the hopes that he would get immediately supered, and that is exactly what happened. So we've now got his full passive unlocked here from his second appearance. So now we actually get an opportunity to see exactly what he can do now that he's fully activated, I guess would be one way to put it. So grab these, start building up. He links very well with the Gohan in his standby, so we've got a good few links active here. And yeah, we're going to get a guaranteed additional super. We're effective against all types. Obviously here that doesn't really matter too much because we've got a physical enemy. 12.7. So then of course we get another one, jumps up to 14.5 because obviously he's massively raising attack. And of course if the enemy doesn't die, we could potentially get another one from the hidden potential as well. The only thing I will say, so my initial reaction to seeing like those numbers is it's a lot of hoops you have to jump through to get him to be fully activated, and then is it worth it? Like, is it that good? Now I suppose saying that, like in terms of jumping through hoops, I guess you can very much do what I did for this run, and like if you're running him on the team and he's on the first turn, then just put him in slot 1 and he's going to get hit immediately. Of course, the problem with that is, as we discussed earlier in the first clip, if you survive the attack but on 1 HP, he dodges everything, but then everybody else on the rotation is potentially going to get killed instead, right? Even like AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku, like the first rotation I had Goku slot 1, one of the LR Gohan slot 2, and then I put AGL Goku in slot 3, because obviously once he's got his super attacks off on the first turn, especially because he's got his max damage reduction, he has over 100% damage reduction after he's finished attacking, so he takes double digits from everything. But of course the only way we survive in that instance is that Goku in slot 1 has to take enough damage to drop below 20% HP, but us to not die, or not drop to 1 HP, or even, to be honest, even if characters are going to take double digits for the rest of the rotation, that means ideally you want to still have at least, what, like 500 or 600 HP in order to survive those attacks that follow up for the rest of the turn. So yeah, I mean, we instantly die there because of the Teen Gohan, but I mean, I don't think there's much more we need to see. Like, I've got to be honest, I don't think the numbers that he does are worth the effort that you'd go through in order to get them. Because if you're playing it safe, you know, again, it's this problem with him surviving on 1 HP. He then gets guaranteed dodge, and that's fine. But if there's any other attacks on any other units for the rest of the turn, if they're not dodging them or negating them, if they can, depending on what kind of attacks they are, then you die, and then he heals you at the end of the turn, which is fine. So it means realistically his best use is going to be as a third slot floater on the team, and then you are going to get those runs where like the first turn that he's on, maybe there are no attacks in slot 3, so then he doesn't come back for another 3 turns. And even then, like, you know, in the meantime, while you're waiting for those parts of his passive to proc, he's doing like a 3 million attack stat, which is like, why would you put him on the team? Like, I built this team kind of specifically to help with losing a bit of HP. Like, we got High School Gohan there for a little bit of support, but obviously he wasn't very good defensively there against the AGL Gohan. But like, in terms of 200% teams, he's also not on, like, you know, the physical trio. He's not on AGL Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku's 200 lead, or he's not on any of his 170s. He's on some odd categories. So, I mean, Namek Saga is getting some buffs now. He is on the Tech Vegeta team, the Super Saiyans team. And obviously Tech Vegeta and a lot of the rest of that team is really tanky. So, I mean, he could find a spot on there, maybe. But, again, like, I just don't know if it's worth the effort you have to go through. And then he did, what, like 14 into 16 million, or was it 12 into 14, which is okay, but, you know. And then he doesn't get any extra defense, so he was at, what, 660k, 700k-ish with some support, but he doesn't get any extra when he supers. He doesn't have damage reduction, he doesn't have built-in dodge or guard or anything like that. So even some of the tougher bosses are going to do damage to him with normal attacks, which is, yeah, just a little bit disappointing. So it's a bit of a shame. Like I say, the card art's cool and everything, but yeah, just don't really feel like this guy's that great, even when you are able to get him fully active. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. If you've tried him out and gotten some good runs out of him, let me know the setup that you used. But I definitely can't say that he is that impressive to me. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.